Hello everyone, my name is Ark and welcome back to another PopUp Parade figure review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Albedo black dress version from Overlord. I think this is the first Albedo I take a look in this channel, so this figure is Albedo from Overlord. If you guys know who Albedo is, then you guys know. So yeah. Again, this is a more so statue review, so remember, we're going to be going over the aesthetic, quality, and also the value of this figure. So let's get her out and start going through those. Alright, so starting off with the accuracy of this Albedo, I do think this figure is very well made in terms of being able to capture the accuracy of the character to the source material. Now, Albedo has had a lot of outfits within a lot of figures, but this one is one of the more common ones besides her actual white dress version, which is fine in my opinion. And honestly, some of the best details on this figure have to be the wings, in terms of how well they are sculpted, and that they're actually attached to the figure right off the bat, which honestly just surprises me a lot. Because a lot of figures that you have to attach the wings to the figure, and sometimes you can have issues with that. But I'm glad that the PopUp Parade or Good Smile themselves were actually able to have those sculpted in. I will say that the hair is very well sculpted as well. The actual paint job and the differences in the quality, or well, the differences between the paint, between the actual dress and also the wings and the hair and even the skin tone are very well done. With the dress, we have a sort of metallic purple paint application, which is great. It is found throughout the whole dress besides the actual ribbons that hold the dress down. You can find it on the lower section for the legs and also the upper section where the chest and arms are located, which is great. There is a metallic silver for the jewels that she does carry, as well as a metallic gold from the looks of it. Not really gold, but still silver. And of course, the purple glossy gems, which is awesome. Honestly, so far the paint application has been great, and even the shoes are glossy as well. So there's that difference between a satin finish to a matte finish and also a glossy finish throughout the figure. The skin coloring is pretty good. I think it matches very well to the source material. The face of the figure looks very good. I think the details they were able to include on the face are perfect, and even just the decals or the prints that they have on those eyes are just beautiful. Now, with the hair, just kind of going back to that, the application of the sort of ultramarine blue that you can find throughout it looks very good. It's a very deep blue, but very dark as well. There's that transition of like a very dark blue kind of going into black, but transitioning between the middle of the hair all the way to the top. And I think that's very well done. I really liked it. I really like it overall. So yeah, even the wings as well, while a singular solid color, they look good. At least in my opinion. Now, moving on to the quality of the figure, I think the figure itself is very solid. Again, it's a PopUp Parade. She is not the biggest figure. Just to measure her real quick, from the base, she stands at approximately 7¼ inches, which again, not necessarily the tallest figure. It is a PopUp Parade, so they're usually on the smaller side, so there is that. Again, the quality seems to be great overall. Everything is attached to the figure right off the bat. So there, again, there's nothing that you have to attach, which is usually the wings, and the wings seem to be very solid on the figure. not really loose at all, and will probably stay there unless it falls off from a high place. The hair, again, very well sculpted. The strands of the hair, while not separated from the figure, are connected to the whole sculpt, which I don't have an issue with. I think that is very good. In terms of everything else, like the curves of the figure, the curves of the character, they're very well sculpted overall. I think a little bit too much on the chest area, but I can't complain because it is a little bit more exaggerated than the actual character itself. But yeah, everything else overall in the quality section is very good. It's not wobbly unless you like really try, and it's just a solid figure with the standard base for PopUp Parades. So in terms of value for this figure is usually $33.99, at least shown on the Big Bad Toy Store website. It is $33.99. I could not find the listing on the Good Smile website, so I couldn't really get an actual original price of what it was, because that is what I paid for. But this was around $41 after shipping and taxes, so it wasn't horrible. Now, I do think that this figure is very well worth it. It's a really good figure that really expresses Albedo's character as a whole, especially in this black dress version. But there is another figure that is actually, in my opinion, slightly better than this one. And let me show you why. Alright, so here on the right, next to the PopUp Parade, I have the Taito Albedo black dress figure. Now, while the PopUp Parade is only $33.99 in terms of pricing, the Taito version is $35.99, only $2 more expensive. And it also is 2 inches taller, not including the base, of course. But I will say, both of these figures are great, and they have their own pluses in terms of the detail and quality of each figure. In my opinion, I think the PopUp Parade is a very good figure that is just more compact and comes as it is, that you don't have to assemble anything besides just putting her to the base. And honestly, the metallic purple does look a little bit better in my opinion. With the Taito figure, while being bigger, you do have to attach it, and that can cause some issues. For mine, the wing on the right, the peg of it broke instantly the moment I tried to apply it. The wings are very heavy, so that is one issue that you might encounter where the peg is not glued correctly, and it will just come right off. But I do think that it is a very good figure. It has a little bit more detail because it is a little bit bigger, so they could get more detail onto that figure. And even the wings have more detail overall. The hair is very similar on each one of them, but again, the Taito figure does have a little bit more detail, while also staying a little bit more accurate to the source material. But there has been some instances where Albedo does have that color variation in terms of the hair, where it's a little bit more blue and black at the same time, which the PopUp Parade does have. In my opinion, I think both of them are good. Now, I'm not telling you to skip on the PopUp Parade. If you want the PopUp Parade, then I think you should get it, because it's a very good figure. If you are able to find the Taito one for a really good price, because it is sold out in pretty much some places. I haven't checked every place, I'm not gonna lie there. But I think they're both good variations of the black dress version of Albedo. I think they're both worth it if you like Albedo as a character. So there's that. I would like to know what you guys think. Overall, I'm gonna give the PopUp Parade for Albedo, the black dress version, an 8 out of 10. Actually, no, bump that up to a 9 out of 10. The only reason I think that the wings could have had a little bit of a wash of something, probably a little purple on there, would have been great. Overall, I think it's a perfect figure for the price. I would like to know what you guys think, really, so Let me know down in the comments what you think of both of these figures, and if you have any of them. But that is all the time I have for you guys today, so I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.